You are now listening to theGrio's Black Podcast Network, Black Culture Amplified.
You know, we've talked on this podcast before about American music, how all American musical genres derive from Black music and music that Black people created. But there is an argument that I had the other day, and we're going to have it today on this podcast. That's why I want to welcome you to theGrio Daily, the only podcast that asks, what is the Blackest music? So, again, we're going to acknowledge from the beginning that, like, all American music is Black music. But some friends and I were having an argument the other day. Like, what is the Blackest music, right? And so I came up with a list, right, of the Blackest musics. And that's with the S at the end. So we're going to have the top 10 Blackest musics of all time. At number 10 is GoGo music. You know, one of the ways to get on this list, one of the prerequisites is to be a kind of musics that white people hadn't stolen yet. And GoGo exists. It was created by Black people. We know it has all kind of Caribbean and hip hop and, you know, African roots. But GoGo is a DC form of music that hadn't been stolen by white people yet. So GoGo music definitely had to be on this list, because even if you don't know what GoGo music is, if you're Black, you can hear a GoGo song or just a GoGo beat, and it makes you feel like dancing because it has that old school African rhythm in it. The number 9 Blackest music is old people music. Now, I don't want to confuse y'all by saying this is old school. Nah. Old school is a different kind of music. Like, there's old school hip hop. Earth, Wind & Fire is old school music, but young people like it. Old people music is something different. Old people music is music that only old people like. Like country music is Black music, but it's old people music. Like, old Black people love country music.
Burgers and fries, cherry pies, it was simple and good back then.
My grandmother used to listen to the AM radio country music station all the time. As a matter of fact, my first job was at a country music station. Old people music is Sweet Hour of Prayer.
Sweet hour of prayer.
It might be a gospel song, but it's still old people music. And old people music is stuff like ragtime. You got to be old to like ragtime, even though it's jazz. Young people like jazz, but nobody don't want to hear that. Remember that stuff like they play on the ice cream truck. The 8th Blackest music of all time is fight song. Y'all know what fight songs are, right? Like, I'm not talking about college anthems or college fight songs. I'm talking about songs that make people want to fight, right? Fight songs have always existed. 3 6 Mafia is a fight song group. That's all they make. Knuck If You Buck is a fight song. Right? Stagger Lee, the old Stagger Lee blues song, that's a fight song. There's always music that make you feel like busting somebody in the face. So that's the 8th Blackest music of all time. You know, I know this is going to be controversial, but number 7 is slow jams. Now, slow jams is different. Like, white people have ballads, but white people don't have slow jams, right? A slow jam is something different and make you feel frisky. It make you want to do something. It make you want to make babies. It make you want to grab your partner and do-si-do, but not in the country music way. So that's the 7th Blackest form of music. But number 6 is club music. Like, there's some music that only sounds good or even is relevant at the club, right? Like, who listens to the Yin Yang Twins at the house, right? Does anybody just play, you know, Uncle Luke in the shower?
Don't stop, pop that pistol, let me see you doo-doo brand.
My favorite club song, I think one of the greatest club songs of all time, is by Lathan. It's called Freak It. Now, you probably don't know the song by the title. You have to hear it. You know, that song that they play almost when the club is closed, and you'll know it if you hear it. But that's a club song. It's club music. Now, This next one is controversial too, because the number 5 blackest music of all time is white people music. Again, at the beginning of the show, we said there is no American form of music that black people didn't create. But, you know, everybody got a good white song in them. A lot of people have just accepted that Journey is their favorite white song. But white people got some good music too. One of my favorite white songs is that song that they play at graduations. I don't even know who it's by.
I hope you had the time of your life.
You know, white people got some good music. Cyndi Lauper made some good white people music. Madonna. White people got some good music. Coldplay makes white people music. And then there's some black artists who make white people music, right? But even though the roots of that genre, for instance, Cult of Personality, we know that that's a black group. And we know that rock and roll was created by black people, but it's white people music. We still love it though. The number 4 one, again, this list, it can't be music that's stolen by white people. So liquor house music, nobody ever talks about liquor house music and how much we love it. It's kind of like a little mix of blues with R&B, but everybody knows Clarence Carter, Clarence Carter, Clarence Carter.
I be stroking. That's what I be doing.
Anybody named Theotis make liquor house music. All Theotises are predestined to make liquor house music. If your mama named you Theotis and you work in engineering or STEM or as a lawyer or a doctor, you're not doing what God called you to this earth for. You're supposed to be making liquor house music. Liquor house music is one of the blackest musics of all time. This next one needs some explanation, but church music. Now, I'm not talking about gospel music. I'm not talking about Negro spirituals. I'm talking about music that played at, you know, shouting music, the music that the organist plays when the preacher starts hitting his stride, you know, the organ chords. That's church music. There's some music that only exists inside of the church house. That's church music, right? That is the 3rd blackest form of music of all time. Now, number 2, I know I'm going to get some pushback on it, but number 2, that bumpity bump, right? Like everybody grandmama has told them to cut down that bumpity bump mess. And so bumpity bump is basically black people music that is relevant to today's youth, but older black people don't understand it. I have, you know, aged enough in years to regard some music as bumpity bump, right? Like to me, like mumble rap is bumpity bump.
My music so ruthless, you smoke me less than the night with wine. My life it ain't perfect, they use.
I don't understand a lot of the music that is out there. A lot of it is just bumpity bump to me. I'm at the bumpity bump age, right? The divining line of bumpity bump is like the early 40s, the mid 40s, right? Some music is turning into bumpity bump to me. And the blackest form of music of all time is cookout music. Now, when I say cookout music, y'all think I'm talking about music that is only played at cookouts. But no, cookout music is music that is universally loved by all black people. Before I Let Go is loved by old people, by teenagers, by middle-aged black people. It is bumpity bump music. I mean, it's not bumpity bump music to anybody. It's cookout music. The same is true with Back That Ass Up. Even if you don't like cussing in your music, you like Back That Ass Up. And it doesn't necessarily have to be R&B or rap, right? There's some good gospel music that is cookout music. We fall down, but we get up. Everybody know that song. After all, a saint is just a sinner who fell down, but then they got up, right? And so that is cookout music. That is black music. It falls down, but we bring it up. And that's why you got to listen to this podcast. That's why you got to tell a friend about it. That's why you got to download that GoGo app. And that's why we always leave you with a black saying. And today's black saying is, turn it up, unless it's that bumpity bump mess. We'll see you next time on the GoGo Daily. If you like what you heard, please give us a 5-star review, download the GoGo app, subscribe to the show, and share it with everyone you know. Please email all questions, suggestions, and compliments to podcast@thegrio.com.
You are now listening to the Grio's Black Podcast Network, Black Culture Amplified.
The 80s gave us unforgettable songs from Bob Marley, De La Soul, and Public Enemy.
I'm a black man, and I can never be a veteran.
Being Black the 80s is a podcast docuseries hosted by me, Torre, looking at the most important issues of the 80s through the songs of the decade.
Can I have another hit? The dope man said cluck. I don't give a dope man said cluck. I don't give
A decade when crack kingpins controlled the streets, but lost their humanity.
You couldn't be like no soft, smiling, happy-go-lucky drug dealer. You had to suppress that.
It was a time when disco was part of gay liberation.
It provided the information to counter narratives that were given to gay people by the straight world.
This is the funkiest history class you'll ever take. Join me, Torre, for Being Black the 80s on the GoGo Black Podcast Network or wherever you listen to podcasts.